What is somebody thinking about me? Nobody's thinking about you, they're busy with their own rough stuff. You think everybody's thinking about you through the day? Believe me, they're not. They got their own stuff going.
You think you're fit if you look trim and fit into a particular kind of thing. No, the very sinuses of life within you have become weak. I know this very well because I find it's almost impossible to initiate, I would say, among the people that I meet, there may be people in rural areas who are capable of this, but among the people who come to us, 90% of the people are unfit for any kind of strong Kriya Yoga because they don't have the body to do it. In 50 years' time, if we continue like this, the age at which human beings need life support may come down dramatically by 10-15 years than what it is right now. It's a very serious affair, very, very serious affair. It is the survival. Probably that is how we will decimate ourselves, not by bombs or fire or ice or whatever. Probably we just kind of peter out, that we won't have the strength to exist.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. I suffer from insomnia and anxiety. Do you have any tips on how I can sleep better?
There are lots of experts here, that even sitting here, they're falling asleep. We could consult them. You just jump into the Thames and swim upriver for 2 hours, you will sleep well tonight. Yes, for sure, I'm telling you. Now, for everything we have a name. These things are becoming like qualifications for people. I am an insomniac, I am an anorexic, I am this, I am that. I want you to say, I am just a mess up. Don't give it so many scientific names to it. Just say, I am just a mess up. Messed up my body or messed up my mind. One of these things. Yes or no? If you give it such high-sounding names, it'll become interesting to be one of these things. Don't do this to yourself. I have seen thousands and thousands of people who come with this kind of… These are not ailments. These are qualifications that you've taken on because the other qualifications that you have don't amount to much. I'm sorry I'm speaking like this, but I want you to know, these are all self-created things. You create a problem and you carry the problem on your head like a jewel. If you bring yourself to a certain balance, if you bring yourself to a certain ease with life, when body needs rest, it will sleep. What is there a big deal about? You must sleep, you must sleep. There's no such thing. If you put in enough activity, it will eat, isn't it? Yes, sir. Now, eating is a problem, sleeping is a problem. See, this has all become a big business, please understand. You must have problems to support the economy of the nation. That's one thing you're doing. The pharmaceutical industry, the medical industry, sickness industry is going on big time because everybody is carrying these things like they're some kind of crowns that they're wearing. You bring your system to a certain level of ease with involvement, nothing else, there's no treatment for this. A few doctors from United States came, they wanted to see the yogic hospital because they had seen the case histories, how people have recovered and everything. They came. After the third day in the ashram, people informed me at the ashram, Sadhguru, these doctors are very angry, they want to leave. I said, what happened? They're asking, where is the yogic hospital? Oh, then I got the point, okay. Then I met this group, said they were like this. Said, where is the hospital? So I said, your idea of a hospital is beds, people lying down on it, 10 people attending to them. That's not my idea for hospital. I'll take you around, and I took them into the garden and into the fields and said, see, these are all patients who come for this ailment, that ailment, that ailment. I'm getting the best out of them. And you will see in 10-15 days, they will be doing fine. We have given them practices. They wake up at 4:30 in the morning, do 3 hours of sadhana, then do 2 hours of work, then eat one meal, then work, then eat. By the evening, they want to eat whatever is given to them. And night, they fall dead and wake up in the morning. And in 15-20 days, they're doing fine. Because there are some ailments which are infectious in nature. They come from outside. These are invasions from other organisms. We have to deal with it medically. Medicine is needed because something else has invaded our system. But over 70% of the ailments on the planet are self-created. Why would your body create an ailment for you? You're doing something wrong, isn't it? You're not able to sleep. What do you think is wrong? I want you to figure it, all of you. If you're not able to sleep, what do you think is wrong? One thing is maybe lack of physical activity, most probably that's a thing. Another thing is, your mind is in a mental diarrhea. Once it is going like this, what goes on, we have no control. Fear will happen, anxiety will happen, disturbances will happen. And your involvement with the world is gossipy. You're not involved as life. You're involved as a social person, understand? Your society is only a consequence. It is not the basis of your life. Yes or no? Existence is the basis. Society is just a consequence. We could have lived in the jungle. It would be too difficult to organize everything for each individual, so we decided we will live in London. That's all. It's only a consequence of a certain pursuit. It is not the basis of your existence. Right now, society has become the basis of your existence. So you cannot sleep. Because everybody is running through your mind. You just have to get this back to its natural orientation. Shambhavi Mahamudra is a simple process in that direction. If you need a stronger dose, we can do that. But this will be good enough, you will sleep well. But today you must walk home, however far it is. Okay? Just pull up your boots and just walk. Oh, but it'll be 2 a.m. when I reach. It's all right, but you'll sleep. Time you do something. You don't do the fundamentals right and you're trying to fix the surface, it's not going to work. Just join the local football team. You will sleep well. People who are working physically, manually on the street, you just see, they'll sit on a truck and sleep off. It doesn't matter how cold it is, how rough it is. Have you seen them? Because they put in enough activity. And you are not a social being as society is trying to sell it to you. You are a human being. Society is a consequence. We can live in society or we can live out of society. You can live with it or without it. It is only a convenience. It is not the source of your existence. Right now, society you're treating psychologically as if it's the source of your existence. What somebody says about you, what somebody thinks about you, you're concerned about all this. What is somebody thinking about me? Nobody's thinking about you, they're busy with their own rough stuff. You think everybody's thinking about you through the day? Believe me, they're not, they got their own stuff going. When you close your doors, if you can leave London out and only you go to bed, you will sleep. You want to sleep with London, it doesn't work. I'm going at this way because people are constantly inventing problems for themselves. Anything that happened to you as an ailment without an external influence is your making. Yes or no? Is it okay? It's your making. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's your making, we have to look, why are you making up these things? Simple tips you want, no tips. One tip is you must walk home today. You will sleep for sure. Do Shambhavi every day, twice a day, you will sleep.
Oh, definitely. It's not because our genes have become weak, we have become weak. Because we have become weak, the next generation will be weaker, unless they really strive. There is substantial scientific evidence to show within a single generation the genetic structure of a particular family or whatever can deteriorate. There is enough evidence to show that. Of course, it can always be revived, but will revival happen, is the question. When you're going to have an electric car to drive from your sitting room to bedroom, or you drive your bed wherever you go to the office, it may happen. Maybe you drive in your bed to your office and work there and sleep there, and because everything is touch of button, or touching buttons also will go away. Probably if you verbally say it, everything will get typed and all the work gets done. And you don't have to use either your body or your brains in any great length. Definitely in a single generation we can fall dramatically. I think it's happening at an alarming rate. If you look at the children today, simple things that all kids would be capable of when we were growing up, today is like circus for a whole lot of children. Only very athletic ones can do it. I was speaking to a group of very elite group in Chennai. Today, these young couples and others who are very well-to-do and in industry and thing, they all pride themselves that they are all doing fitness, they're walking on the treadmill, some of them are cycling, and of course all the ladies wearing zero size whatever stuff. They think they're fit. So I asked them a simple question, suppose all you guys are walking on the street, if a tiger came or a flood came or something happened, how many of you can just climb this tree and save your life? How many of you can do this? Only the menial laborers, those who are doing laborer's job on the street, somebody who's building the road or somebody who's digging a hole somewhere, only that guy will save himself, none of you will be able to climb a tree. They said, yes. Then that means what? This is not fitness, you can only walk on treadmill and wear zero size by eating only salads. If you eat anything more, you'll have indigestion. This is not fitness. You think you're fit if you look trim and fit into a particular kind of thing. No, the very sinuses of life within you have become weak. I know this very well because I find it's almost impossible to initiate, I would say, among the people that I meet, there may be people in rural areas who are capable of this, but among the people who come to us, 90% of the people are unfit for any kind of strong Kriya Yoga because they don't have the body to do it. They may have the wish to do it, but they don't have the body to do it. Their fundamental physical structure, they may look okay, they may look reasonably fit, they can walk, they can do things, but they're not fundamentally strong within themselves. The basic structure is not very strong. That weakening is happening dramatically, and as these technologies make you do less and less, both in body and brain, I think it's a very serious affair, very, very serious affair. It is the survival. Probably that is how we will decimate ourselves, not by bombs or fire or ice or whatever. Probably we just kind of peter out, that we won't have the strength to exist by ourselves. And I don't know. Right now I know a whole lot of people beyond 80, 85 are on kind of different types of life support. This need for life support, the age at which life support is needed, I'm just thinking, I don't have all the facts on this, but I'm thinking in 50 years' time, if we continue like this, the age at which human beings need life support may come down dramatically by 10-15 years than what it is right now. And that is serious weakening of human structure. And the next generation that generation reproduces will definitely inherit that. And the genetic structure, if it weakens over a period of time, it's definitely of concern. So one of the things that we need to do, the reason when we set up the yoga center in America, we set up a 1,300-acre ashram. Everybody said, "This is crazy, Sadhguru, we must buy 25 acres next to Atlanta and do the ashram." I said, the ashram, the purpose of the ashram is not just to have a center and meditate and whatever, it's to regenerate life. I'm not just saying one ashram is going to save this, but it is needed in many, many places. This needs to happen, that we have to go back to the land, we have to live with the five elements, we have to be exposed to the earth, we have to be exposed to the sky, to the rain. These things need to happen without being in communication with all the five elements, without being in communion with all the forces of life. All the forces of life are not just within your body, it's just all over the place. Without rapport with it, without confronting it, without every day being in touch with it, life doesn't happen strong. We need to live strong. That is the purpose of yoga, not just being frail and eating vegetables and closing your eyes, that's not just that.
Question that has come through the Facebook from Doug Brister. He asks, how do you see GMOs? Are they part of the reality unfolding, or are they a spiritually corrupt food that has been driven by man to feed the body and line pockets, rather than food that feeds the soul? What are your thoughts on this?
I think there's a whole lot of corruption in the question, whoever dug from wherever. First, let's understand, food does not feed the soul, food feeds the body. Let's not complicate things. Like people are talking about soulmates and stuff. Body needs a mate, understandable. Mind needs a mate to some extent. The soul, if it needs a mate, it's a lost thing, it's not a practical thing. So, soul does not need food, it's not… First of all, you don't know what it is. You just use the word because everybody is using it. Anyway, GMO, I think
Meddling with nature at that level is quite irresponsible. These are purely commercial forces, definitely not concerned with long-term well-being of the human beings. We should have never allowed it into this country. I believe the new government is not going to go that way, in India at least.